Right, good morning. Well, it's an early start. I've been up since 5:30. I've watched the Vikings vlog. I've uploaded my own. For those of you who've watched it, or watched it yesterday, will that be yesterday? Because today's Thursday. Today's Thursday. I put it out Thursday morning, but it's what I did Wednesday. Right then. Right, I know where I'm on now. So, you saw that I went back to my amateurish filming as I managed to record the ground for 35 seconds and forgot to zoom out. Right, that's all. Oh, and I won my game at bowls as well. So I've done well this week. I've won 3 out of 3. Right, this morning, my first job, it's just after 7 o'clock. These tomato plants are what Alice Winchester sent me some seeds. Tomato seeds and strawberry seeds. I planted them all in this blue pot. The strawberries are coming around nicely, but they need thinning out. I've just noticed. No, I haven't. Yeah, so what I'm going to do some tomato plants for ourselves. I'm going to put some up for Tom to use in his eco den up on the top, wherever he is. Top 60, bottom 50. I've not found him yet, but I'm going to go in search of him this weekend. So, put a bit of gravel in the bottom of these pots, top it up with a bit of compost, and then put in the tomato plants. These are, I'm not certain how long they've been in these. They must have been in around about, my guess is about 4 weeks. So, they're not doing too bad actually. In fact, they're doing alright. It's a bit of a chilly start this morning actually. Just got the van out and it's showing 7 degrees. So I've got a bit of a busy day today. I'm back up at that garden on Worth Law that's very nice where they have the pond. And then I've got a job for the landlord of the grapes, Marcello. Saturday, I'm going out with my friend Peter Oldham. I'm going to be doing a bit of a history walk, ghostly activities and things that were done, what shouldn't have been done around the G-Cross area. So I'm looking forward to meeting up with Peter and doing that. It'll be good fun. So these are about 6 inches long now. I put them in the compost, put them in nicely, and then they won't stay in these pots. I'll put them into a bigger pot after this. So, right. So I've got. How many have I got now? I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 9. So I'll keep a couple for myself. I'm going to give Tom a couple to put in his eco house or whatever he calls it, and I'm going to put 1 or 2 up at in Gordon's garden, and then like when Alfred's mowing his lawn next to Alfred's garden, he can keep an eye on the tomatoes, and obviously as we know we've got Tom's pumpkin in there, which he says cheating, but it's the only way he's going to grow in his own, by me giving him one. That's what I think anyway. So, my next job I'm going to do, I'll put these to one side. I've watered them already, but I'm going to give them a bit more water. And then I'm going to do up the strawberries. And then we'll have a look at the progress of my pumpkin. Right, these are my strawberries. As you can see, they're going to need thinning out. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put clumps of them into this other pot, spread them out a bit, and then as they get bigger, I will then thin them out. So these are the tomatoes, as you can see. And then we've got this here, what Dawn doesn't like. They call them a cordyline. I think it's something like that. Anyway, Dawn doesn't like that. So what I'm going to decide to do, I'm going to repot it in that pot. And then she might like it. It might look better in our Japanese garden, but we'll see. So Michelle was just telling me this morning that her courgettes, what she's growing, she's got hundreds of them, and they're massive. So, well done to Theodore. You definitely will be getting a merit badge for your growing of your vegetables. Right, that looks a million times better in that pot, doesn't it? So, I've just took it out of the old one, lifted into this, put a bit of gravel in the bottom for drainage, and then packed the compost round the original, you know, the root ball that it's on. I've not got quite enough, so I'm going to get a bit more soil out of my garden. I'm in my mother's now preparing. It's not bad under here to do work. So we'll get that in my garden now anyway. Or in our garden. Right, I'm sure she'll like that in that new pot, because that looks quite nice there in our little Japanese style garden, if you like. I've got my tomatoes in over there, see? Bit sheltered under the tree. Say no more about that. Or that. So do it looking pretty good there. Right then, so I'll crack on now and get on to work. Got the cushions set up for later if I call home at lunchtime, although saying that I don't normally stop at dinner time. Right, I've got down to the job, my cellos that I said I was doing. I've just sort of strimmed over the drive. He's going to have it cleaned off actually with a jet spray and repointed up. So I've got my good friend's house there. So I've just cut the grass verge at the front, which I'll show you. Just trim that up, that looks neat. Then I'm going to head round the back. I've actually been round the back already. And do you know what? The moles are back. Absolute nightmare. Can't believe it, what a mess they've made. And the gardener next door, he does the two gardens next door, he said he's got the same problem. He says, Andy, have you got problems with the moles in the garden at the back? I said, we did have. I said, but I raked them all out, so I think we're pretty safe now. And I tell you what, I've come round the back and I've spoke too soon. Definitely spoke too soon. I'll just show you this. Unbelievable. So we've got the mole is back. This is where I raked him out. Didn't come back to there. Checked after a fortnight, still not come back. But it's come back in a vengeance. Probably thought, right Andy, I'll show you. You've raked it out, so I'll come and just destroy the rest of the garden that I'd not touched before. Even come out and put soil onto the path. Look, blinking heck. So I thought what I'll do, I'll rake all these patches, I'll rake them all in again. And I might, bit of a nightmare with me editing, filming the ground, zooming out and zooming in. But I might just set a time lapse up, but I'll see how I go. If I could cut the grass in as fast as the time lapse, it'd be amazing. But I've got my work cut out a little bit today with these balls. Anyway, let's see how we go on anyway. Look at those lovely dog daisies there. I did that quick, didn't I? I've raked all them in. So I'm going to go over with the mower now. I'm going to say I'm going to set up a time lapse, but if you don't see it, I'm sorry. I'll have gone wrong with the edit of it. I mastered it the other day, but then I didn't master it, if you know what I mean. No, you don't know what I mean. You don't make sense, that does it? Blinking heck. Lavenders, and we've got a beautiful butterfly here. Beautiful. So, I've just finished the lawn at the back. I've done a time lapse, but I don't know whether you'll have seen it or not, because I don't know, as I told you before, whether it'll be going on or not. But I'll just show you what I've done finishing now. So we've got, as we walk down the path here now, we've got the lad next door is doing a bit of work. Alright, so just gonna show you what we've done. We've edged it, we've raked all the molehills in. Hopefully they won't come back. The gardener I've just been talking to next door, looks alright now that, doesn't it? Gardener I've just been talking to next door, like he thinks he's going to get a mole catcher in. You know me, I'm not really into mole catching. You know, they were here before we were. It's their fields, and unfortunately they're being driven away, as I've shown you before. They've been driven away from these fields at the back where they live, because obviously you can see the new houses down there that used to be fields. Funny enough, there used to be a college there, and I went to college there when I left school. At the age of 16 I left school, and I did an engineering apprenticeship, 1 day a week, day release, where I got my city and guilds. But as I was saying, you know, all the wildlife's being pushed away out of here to build houses, so there you are. So I don't know whether, you know, you hear tales about building developers, they have all tricks about moving the wildlife off the land. You know, I've heard all sorts of things about gates on badger sets. You know, the badger comes out of the set, can't get back in, gate shuts. So they go off and they find a set somewhere else, and then like in 6 months' time when it comes to building, people come in to check, oh no, this badger set's it's not been used for 6 months, not been used for 12 months. Badgers have gone elsewhere, so, you know, are they doing the same with moles? I don't know, do any of you know that? Can moles be moved on? Can they be persuaded to move from areas where they're going to build? I don't know, but it's one to think about. Right, I'm going to go on now up to Werneth Low. Still looking at these, look at these, they're beautiful, aren't they? Magnificent. Yeah, I'm going to head up to Werneth Low now, but I'm going to call home first. I need to pick a drink up, I'm getting a bit dehydrated. I was going to put my shorts on, but where I'm going, I've got a big strimming job to do, and there's millions of horseflies, so I don't want to risk being savaged again. It sort of come to an abrupt end, didn't it? That must be my editing, you know, the time lapse. But you know what? You get what what do you say? You get what you see with me? Something, I don't know, something like that. But I've got up to the top of Werneth Low now, and I'm just going to show you this clover on the lawn. It's amazing, and it's heartbreaking cutting it off because it's full of bees, loads of bees. So I'm stopping the lawnmower, I'm nudging them away. But just have a look at this. Look at that, all that clover. So you can see where I've cut and what's left. And just have a look, we've got, see, as I say, we've got all these bees. I mean, they're absolute crackers, to be honest, but brilliant, isn't it? But, as I say, it's, as I go across the lawn, you know, you could, don't know whether that's picking them out or not, because as normal, I've not got my glasses with me either, but it's absolutely full of bees. Alright, so I've finished here now. I've cut the lawn, I've cut over it twice. I've edged around the edge of the lawn. I've weeded and hoed. So as you can see, it looks really nice there. Yeah, edged all the way around here. Look at that Rebecca, how well that's coming up now. I'll just show you what I've done round the corner here. Just cut this privet hedge, see. I like to keep this privet hedge nice and neat. Obviously because, you know, they've got the windows here at the side, so they're looking out onto that. And as I've pointed out before, you know what a magnificent view it is. Truly beautiful, actually. I've got to be honest, I'm slightly tired now. My phone's just pinged off. I've clocked up 20,000 steps today. I don't know what time it is. I can't see my watch. It's about 2:30, I think. So now I'm going to go home again, get another drink, because I've drank what I brought with me. And I'm going to head down to the 110. The last 2 gardens I've done today are both for landlords of G Cross. Marcello from the Grapes Hotel, and Simon and Alison from the Queen Adelaide. 2 public houses that I frequent, actually. Yeah, we'll just head down there now, see if I can see the geese on the way down, because I've got to go down the road where the geese are always knocking about. So let's crack on now, and I think I'll just pause my camera rather than knock it off. Will I do? Yeah, I will. Right then, I've got down to 110. I'm just looking how long this grass is now, and as you can see, it's pretty long, so I've got to thank Kerry, the Viking's wife, for moving all the stuff. So I thought I'll just tidy it up a bit, put my lawnmower over it, see how it goes. And then I'm going to go and try and find the eco site. That's if it doesn't rain. It's clouded up a bit now, actually. Alright then, I've finished that. Got it all cut, all looks nice and neat. When I come down here now and do a bit of work, I've got somewhere nice to sit. Might even like the barbecue, you never know. So I'm going to head up now, up to see if I can find the Viking, see what he's up to. In fact, I'm not going to see what he's up to, I know what he's up to, so I'll just go and have a word with them and I'm going to knock off. I've had a long day today, I'm shattered to be honest. So, well, I'll head up there and I might finish my video up there. We'll see what happens. Right, I just thought I'd come and see how the boys are doing. I've ended up with a pair of ladders on my roof rack. Oh look, you've got a roof rack. You can take my ladders down for me. Do you mind? And I said, well actually I don't, because this gentleman here is going to give me a hand to put my roof tent box on, aren't you? So
I am indeed. Could be solid on there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to take these off.
Yes.
Yes. Take them off, right?
And it'll probably just go on these two here.
Will it?
And then I'd have it so it folds out over this bit, so you got your side door, and you can get a little canopy around it as well.
All right, yeah.
So when it folds out, you'll have a little awning basically.
Dawn's very excited. I didn't want one. I didn't want a tent box, so I think hitting my knees up and down ladders.
Yeah. Are you actually going to go for the tent box one?
Well, what's the other one?
There's that one. There's a few different types. Depends on how much you want to spend.
I don't want to spend massive amount because I'm going to be getting the new van next year,
Yeah,
and I don't know what.
Well, you put it on that as well, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You might as well.
True.
Yeah. Don't scrimp on one. My favourite ones are the ones with the hard top.
Right.
They're the easy ones to put up. It won't have a bit that folds out to the side, but it's hard top, so it doesn't get wet like mine would or Tom's does.
Right.
You have to try and dry it out. Chris has got a hard top one.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have a look at his then, because he's coming. Well, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
Nearly said it, but didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, righty on then.
So yeah, right.
Do that.
I'm going to try and cross.
So I'll take these back down to the HQ now.
Lovely.
So, you know what? What I always say at this time of the day, if you like what you see, even if you don't like it, you can subscribe to my channel, Under the Gardener G Cross, leave a like and ding dong on that bell. You know, I always leave you with something. Today, I'm just going to leave you with the Viking.
Hey.
See you all for now, ta-ra.
Have a good one.